Welcome to a world where mystery and intrigue collide, where personal stories unfold, and where the journey of self-discovery begins. Get ready to embark on a thrilling adventure with the Chronicles of Ziggy, your go-to-YouTube channel for all things true crime, personal drama, and the roller coaster ride of navigating life as a newly single individual. In this digital space, we'll delve into the depths of unsolved mysteries, presenting riveting true crime stories that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Join us as we meticulously unravel the clues, expose hidden secrets, and shed light on the darkest corners of the human psyche. But that's not all. Even though our original YouTube journey may have started out as a true crime channel, Chronicles of Ziggy has evolved into something new. It's a platform where heartfelt personal narratives take center stage. We will bring you gripping tales of tragedy and loss, but also stories of resilience and encouragement. Experience the raw emotions, the unexpected twists, and the transformative journeys of individuals who have overcome the odds, inspiring us all to face our own challenges head-on. And if that wasn't enough, Ziggy will be your guide through the exciting maze of navigating life as a newly single person. Join Ziggy as she shares her own personal triumphs and tribulations, offering valuable insights, advice, and a sprinkle of humor along the way. From dating adventures to self-care strategies, makeup tips, and a sprinkle of astrology, Chronicles of Ziggy has got you covered. So, if you're ready for a captivating blend of true crime, personal drama, and the exhilarating journey of self-discovery, hit that subscribe button and join our ever-growing community. Together, we'll dive into the depths of the unknown, uncover the truth, and embark on a thrilling adventure like no other. Welcome to Chronicles of Ziggy, where the pages of life are turned, one captivating chapter at a time.
How do you guys like the intro? I had a subscriber help me with that. She wrote the wording, and I was like, I actually like that. So I've been meaning to go live earlier, but then I kept noticing people on that I want, like things on I want to watch. Like I was watching The Lab earlier with Chris McDonough, and then I ended up over at AB's, and that was pretty hilarious. So he's showing clips over there of Andrew, H's dad, and talking about how supposedly Andrew Hiltz is like wanting a boob job or something. Yeah, it is the Snoop Dogg. It's an app I used where I could put the script in it and it would come out talking like Snoop Dogg. It, you know how you get those free trials and stuff? That's all I did is I paid, or I canceled those trials like right away. Well, it intros, I mean, I know I hate watching through long intros when I'm playing a video and stuff. But what I've noticed after going live for the past year and a half or whatever it's been, I've noticed it takes like people are still coming in until like 30 minutes in, 45 minutes in. Like the really good part of most lives is towards the middle. After, I think it starts about after like 45 minutes. Takes us a little bit to, so I mean, I guess the long intro is good for that since people kind of delay the start a little bit. Thank you, Crazy Girl Oddities. I didn't want to turn off ABs because it was really funny, but I was like, if I don't go live, then I'm not going to end up going live. And I didn't feel like, I thought it was funny because I didn't look at it as, I mean, some people might think it's mean or whatever, the stuff about Andrew, but see, I don't look at it like making fun of him because I actually, in a way, like, it's like I don't know. I find Andrew very, very, very interesting. So let's see here. Yesterday, I tried all day to get a hold of that guy that called last night. I literally like tried calling. Sorry, I've been sick for like over a week. So over it. But it was a Google Voice number. And when I texted my phone number, I was hoping, I knew he was buzzed last night, so I was hoping that like he wouldn't wake up and regret the phone call or whatever. But I have not found out who the caller was. Like, I've been trying to get a hold of him. And it's probably best for them to stay. I don't know. There is a lot of people that seem actually scared to talk about things, especially I've noticed when the subject gets to around like Marlena Crawford, and Ricky Crawford, there's something there. I truly believe it. It does get scary talking about this stuff sometimes, but not gonna lie. Let's see, what was I gonna pull up here? I was sent something I wanted to show. Oh, here it is. Okay. I just wanted to address this really quick from Crystal's Crime Time. This is like the second time that she's done this, that she's reported what I said. And while it's really, why does she keep trying to say that I am saying that Marlena has dated Earl Taylor? I have never ever said that. I've always said that Marlena Crawford is cousins with Earl Taylor, because I've always said that Earl Taylor and Ricky Crawford Jr. are cousins. So never did I ever say that Marlena Crawford was dating Earl Taylor. I've just showed what really I said is Earl Taylor was sleeping with or seeing the same girl as Marlena Crawford's brother, Ricky Crawford. I know it gets confusing, but I know what I'm talking about here on this. And I know it is. And see, even Crystal in this post talks about how people are scared. And I know. So she says, listening to Ziggy's phone call tonight, strange how some people are reaching out to tubers. I actually had a strange encounter recently with someone who mentions a lot of the same names. The reason why a lot of people mention the same names, it's not odd that, so this is a side note, by the way, it's not odd that all of a sudden you think you hear people talking about Marlena Crawford. It's always, her name's always came up. This is not like really new information. I mean, ever since at least Marlena Crawford started coming up around the time I first talked to Fred the first time, which would have been like 6 months or so after Summer went missing. Ever since then, she's been a topic of interest. She goes on to say, the issue is the name Ziggy is saying is wrong. I don't want to dox people. I've been really having a really hard time making videos because these people have been my whole research for 2 years. Well, you're not the only one that's been looking. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. Putting the names out there causes risk to a lot of people. I have spoken to locals that are actually scared for their lives because these people have possibly done something bad to their family members. Here's what I can say. People should really listen to my Linda and Britt vids. I think I may play them on a live in part soon. Still think about, though, because this way I can show some information or maybe tell some. This case is so hard to cover anymore. I never know what is right info to put out and what is not because I do not want to hurt those I have spoken to. I think I may have to address a lot of this soon, though. I can and will say Marlena is Earl Taylor's cousin and they never dated. I know this to be fact. Okay, thanks for that information, but nobody ever said that Marlena was dating Earl Taylor, so, but thanks for that. Oh, thank you, Crazy Girl Oddities. So, yeah, I just wish, like, I don't care about people I have constant critics and stuff. That's normal and it's totally fine and stuff. But at least, like, it's just so frustrating to me when people critique me for things that I've never even, that is not what something I said. So if I feel like these people, like, maybe like Crystal, like somebody messaged Crystal and was like, oh my gosh, listen to what Ziggy was saying, blah, blah, blah. And I think Crystal just went with it and didn't even watch. And I don't even know what Spencer and Britt is. That when Marlena ran into Candace a month after Summer went missing, she acted like she had no idea, but yet made a Facebook post either that night or next day about her friends. She acted like she didn't. Oh, yeah. That's true. She was making posts about Summer Wells being missing. Ran into Candace a month after. I didn't know, though, that Marlena acted like she didn't know about Summer missing a month after. Where'd you hear that part at, though? I did know about the other part, about the Facebook post. But I wouldn't freaking be surprised. Like, she's shady AF, so And it's just like if it walks like a duck, it talks like, you know what I mean? There's just too many people mentioning her name. There's too many weird things happening around her. And yes, people are afraid to talk. And yeah, it does get scary when you think that there's people out there that these could be possibly people who have done some pretty, it gets, I mean, if you can do something to a kid that way, and thank you once to the subscriber who emailed me. The devil has, or let's see, that traffic. Okay, love sent me the documentary. What was the name of it again? Devil. Eyes of the Devil. It's about trafficking. I have seen it before, but I watched it again today too. Those people, if you can do something like that documentary was crazy. And there's people out there like that. And if you can do something to a kid and not have any type of, I don't know, you can probably do anything. Hey, Sheba. Hey, Jam. So, Blue Solo Cup, I put my phone number back on, the one you called. I just turned it on. But I really was wanting to talk to you just personally because there were some things that you didn't really feel comfortable saying live. And then I would have to, I guess, decide how that I would put it out. Let's see, what else was it that I was going to show you guys? I did have up Google Earth Studio. I was looking at where this little boy went missing, in comparison to Ben Hill Road. And the little boy was found, so we don't really need to go over that. I was also looking up, let's see. So I heard some people telling me yesterday that Jody Sue watched my live. Did she enjoy it? I'm sure she thoroughly enjoyed my live. I was curious. I didn't go look what she said, but I mean, she probably knows who that person was that called, I'm sure. I'd just be curious to know if she happened to say whether she knew that person or did she act like she didn't know that person or what. She was mad? Oh no. She No, I do not believe that. I believe that guy is 100% from that local from that area. You can hear it. He has the accent. I believe it. I don't believe at all that was a troll, but that's just my opinion. I've been to that area several times and I've talked to people who live out there in the hollers, and we've even heard it here on YouTube and how these people talk. He has that accent. He is 100% a local from that area and actually sounds like he's been there his whole life. I do not. I don't stalk and harass her. Actually, he kind of, I mean, she came up, but actually, he, all I asked is if he knew her, and he went from there. I don't think anything I said was, I can't help it that I'm putting puzzle pieces together. It's not hard to freaking do the math after time. I mean, we've been looking into this case for 2 years. You know, everybody's like fixated on all the details. And so, I mean, did she deny? Is she not a snitch? Is she seriously not? I mean, this is like this is not the first person who said this. It's exactly the same thing that Fred Hill was telling me. Exactly. Oh, sorry, I was pulling up my They said I probably paid him. Oh yeah. Why? Because I made $1 from that stream. I think I made $1. Like I mean, did she not see? You could totally see when people like donate and stuff. So she's full of it. So that wouldn't even make sense for me to pay some dude. Like, you really think really highly of yourself, Jody. That's delusional. Seriously. You have what's it called? When you think you're more important than you really are. Delusions of grandeur. That's crazy. It'd be different if I was making all kinds. If like you can't come up with that is not at all obviously not the truth. Why would I pay that guy? I think it's so funny how people get like have the craziest. Even Jody Sue, who knows how YouTube works, is seriously I don't know. I was looking at these charges, which it shows a violation date of September 23rd, 2009, and a filing date of around May 18th of 2010. All these charges, and we look here to the right, a dismissal of the highest felony of dealing, manufacturing, or selling and possessing a Schedule II drug, which, by the way, is not marijuana. So I was going to say, if this is all about marijuana, okay, it's pretty stupid. But still, what would be even more stupid is if you seriously told on freaking however many people that was, like a whole fucking town, to try to get out of marijuana charges. When you don't even have a freaking criminal record that would. So it would have been your first. But here it's weird because it does say Schedule II drug, which I looked up Schedule II drug, and that's like methamphetamine or cocaine. But when you look at the record I purchased from the state, they say possession of a Schedule VI for resale. Well, Schedule 6 is marijuana. Why is it on her background? It says Schedule 6, but she was charged with Schedule 2. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, right here you see Schedule 2 drugs, manufacturing, dealing, selling, possession, filing date May 18, 2010. It was dismissed, of course. And so was the second highest felony of possessing a firearm, intent to go armed. Yes, it's common for them to drop like charges. But especially if you snitch. Hold on. So when I paid for this from the state of Tennessee, I don't know how long ago, like a year ago. And straight from the TBI website. And she doesn't have really the one really bad incident that she had was over in 2009. It says September of 2009. And it says possession of Schedule 6 for resale. And has maintaining a dwelling where drugs were. I know that charges also change. But how does it go from, I don't understand how come this one says Schedule 6 and on the court website docket, it says, or whatever it's called, it says Schedule 2. But you'll also see here that probably because of this incident right here where she got pulled over, which was in 2011, May 18, 2011. It looks like they violated her probation. They might have violated her probation over that because you can't go driving on suspended when you're on probation. There was one probation violation, June 28th of 2011. One in October 4th, 2012. But then we go to here. If we compare dates, this investigation began back in 2009. Oh, isn't 2009 when you got arrested and busted? Oh, what a coinkydink. Just so happens I've heard from several people that you freaking snitched on people in this bust. And then you look into it and the dates line up even. I mean, think about it. To bust somebody, sometimes it takes like several setups. So it's very probable that they began looking into these people in 2009 and they didn't even bring charges until 2011. I mean, because right here it says this investigation began in 2009 and targeted individuals in the Tennessee counties of Greene, Sullivan, and Hawkins, who were trafficking in large quantities of cocaine and marijuana supplied by drug trafficking organization in North Carolina. We need to look into, does Jody Sue have any ties to North Carolina? Oh my gosh. So now she's saying she didn't snitch on these people She, okay, whatever. That's fine. Whatever helps you sleep better at night. But the thing is, and that is what it is. Like you have to live with it. And if it was the right thing to do, it was right. Whatever. I'm not. I'm just saying that that guy seemed pretty confident that this whole thing right here ties into Summer Wells being missing, and your name is written all over this drug bust right here. And you've talked it so openly about working for the police for years. So what kind of things have you worked on with police on then? When you say that, what do you mean? Yeah, some of them are just starting to get out. Like the one that I was only told about, Kenny Lawson. Well, he just got out last October and went to some kind of transitional housing or something. So he should be getting out on his own any time. And Fred Hill told me that he is like, you don't want to mess with that dude, really. And Fred said, the only person that Fred said that Jody Sue snitched on was Kenny Lawson. But the guy that was on last night said she snitched on all of them, and he was including himself. But the difference is, though, is Fred Hill's admitted that he does drugs. You know what I mean? That's why I can believe what he says, because he doesn't just sit there and paint this perfect picture that's not believable. My proof, well, for one, I'm just showing hints and clues that would show that it lines up with her arrest. How much prison time did she do for that? Yeah, all I'm saying is she doesn't really answer questions. I'm just curious. I usually Jody Sue has not really been my concern lately. It's been more like Marlena Crawford, but I feel like there is I need to talk to that guy again. So then we go here. It's just an observation. It's not proof that she snitched. I mean, and do I really? To me, do I really care? Is that me saying anything bad about her? No, I'm just saying that might tie into something. Is my my reason for mentioning it. It's not like to prove she's really a snitch. It's just to prove some kind of motive. It could totally or it could very possibly tie into what happened to Summer. But it also would help also helps us, like, I don't know. Jody Sue is just very people are so interested in her because she's very I don't know. Like she suspicious or something? Well, I'm just telling you what I see as, I don't know, you can call it proof or not, it's just a discussion. Let's see here. I mean, I just think that it's been pretty interesting, the amount of people that have come through and have mentioned that, and I just wonder, is it related? And these 2 charges were dismissed. But see, they don't usually they usually make you take the highest charge and drop the other ones. Don't they? I mean, how did she get to drop down to just possession of paraphernalia, just a petty charge of failing to keep drug records, a simple possession, and another simple possession? And they completely dropped the dealing and the possessing a firearm? I don't know. It's up to you guys to decide if you think it's likely. I mean, I'm just trying to think. Usually it seems like they try to get them for the high, they let the little charges go, but they didn't even get her for, I don't even think any of those are felonies that they ended up charging her for. I wouldn't be surprised if those are all misdemeanors. I mean, she is on the Tennessee Department of Corrections website. So her information is in the system with the state of Tennessee. But sometimes I hear that you have to do that even if you're on, well, she would be on probation for a felony. She would have had to have been on probation for a felony, because that's the only time that you go to prison, or would send, or you have to be convicted of a felony to be put in the Tennessee Department of Corrections site, right? Okay. Let's see. What is her ties to Marlena Crawford? I'm curious. Does she know her? Which she has answered what numerous times? Okay, but then what does she mean when she says that she's worked for law enforcement for years? She said she's had a professional relationship with law enforcement for years and years. What's that supposed to mean? I hardly think that she's employed at the sheriff's office as an employee, like a regular employee. So what's she mean by that then? Well, if Blue Solo Cup sees this, make sure to turn on your Google Voice, because I would love to talk with you again. because he was talking about something really interesting that makes it that in the things that he got like weird around, like he kept saying something about two sides. Like there's the business side of the mountain, and then there's the dealing side or the professional side, and then there's like the underground shit. But he acted like it was, which would make sense because then it does seem like that there's several people or there's something that's keeping several people quiet. What could be going on, or what could these people be involved in that people are afraid to talk about? Where it's like several of them, where you got a long, it's like, because I mean, you got to think about these people that are in power there in that area too, have been in power for years and years and years. Then he even did mention the stewards too, and how they are, basically the crooked businessmen. That I recall him saying too, something about when he mentioned Don at first, when I asked him about what Don is capable of, he said he thinks Don's capable of anything. But later on, though, he says that he doesn't see him as a person that would hurt a kid or would hurt somebody. So I don't know. I'd like to talk to him more. Exactly. She'd have to exchange something that would give them like, and would give them something to make it worth it. Like for her to lose those two big charges, you got to think how scared she was, because she would have been so scared to get these kind of charges. She had never, from her record, she had never been in any type of real trouble before that, except petty stuff, driving on suspended. So can you imagine going from nothing to next thing you know, you have dealing charges and high felonies? She probably freaked out and turned on a bunch of people. But where I'm concerned in, though, is like, can it all be related back to Summer in some way? I mean, even Jody Sue has said herself, she even said herself that she wondered if they had chose the wrong child. Didn't she? Could it be like sometimes Jody Sue lets out, you know, lets out things that she really shouldn't? I heard today somewhere that Don recognized Blue Solo Cup's voice. Oh, really? Well, they all have that accent. He definitely sounded like, I was surprised that he said he lived in Kingsport. Like his accent sounds like he lives like right there on Bone Hill Road or Light Holler. So I found it interesting. I mean, not that that means anything. He might have grew up in a holler or whatever. I mean, he knew a lot of people around that way. So Lisa Crawford. Who's Lisa Crawford? Now, I do know Marlena Crawford's name is not really Marlena, and that's what makes it so hard to find anything on her. Lisa Crawford. Huh. Sorry, I'm looking at that back at that article. I've seen a lot of these names several times. And when this, actually, the very first time that I heard anything about this, I'm pretty sure it was Scott H that brought it out. Wasn't it? Scott H. Maybe it might have been also when he was like teamed up with Fizzle. It might have been Scott H and Penny or whatever she goes by. Yeah, her real name's Elizabeth. Reaper's Grim Smile. It's Elizabeth Marlena Crawford. I'm trying to remember what she might have been married at one time. I'm trying to remember if she had I haven't looked into it forever. Yay. Thank you for joining the Zigsters. I really appreciate it. I hope to get back to being able to do this more, kind of like olden days and stuff. So I really appreciate those of you guys that help support, because that keeps me being able to do it. So is that what you know her name to be, Reapers? Is that what you think it is, Elizabeth? I think it's Elizabeth Marlena Crawford or something like that. And I can't remember what. Well, I'm not trying to like dox her and stuff, but her name's been all over this case. So it's just. She's been so. I got some email too about I didn't know that there was a problem in the chat yesterday or whatever. This is screenshots that were sent to me. I don't know. Oh, okay. So I just realized it was Lisa K that is. I don't know what happened, but you guys, if things happen in the if things happen in comments and I don't say anything, I'm not a babysitter. Like, seriously. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I usually don't like conflict, and I usually allow you guys to kind of just figure it out yourselves. Unless it's something really obscene, like somebody's being like, I don't know, like saying really inappropriate things, like homophobic or racist or something. But when it comes to like simple disagreements in the chat, like I'm going to let you guys talk it out. So it's no like disrespect to anybody. If I don't like intervene or whatever in certain things. And also a lot of times I get like carried away with talking, especially during chats like last night when we had that very interesting guest. I was pretty interested in what he was saying, so I missed a lot of the chat. Hayes. Yes. I think you're right. I think Hayes is the other one. So that would be Elizabeth. I need to write that down. Dude, I kind of do get, I am not going to lie. I have been kind of like sketched out a little bit. I think we're getting close. And it's kind of it kind of scares me just a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so Elizabeth, Atlanta Hayes, I think that's right. It's scary because if you can do something to a child, you can do something to anybody. Yeah, I just wanted to address it because it's a common issue. It's not this isn't the only time like I've had it happens often where there's like issues in chat or whatever, and it will be a lot of times between two people I really like usually, or it'll be, and I don't want to unless there is something like that really serious or disrespectful. I'm probably not going to say anything. But I know that many people have got upset because I don't interfere, but it's just because I don't like conflict and stuff. It's not anything. I know. I should be more mean. So if you guys hadn't seen it, oh, okay. This is something else that Lisa sent me too, okay? And I have no idea what this is, but I think she wanted me to show you guys. This is Lisa messaging Ansley Daniel. She said, "Are you still covering Summer Wells, or could you please direct me to who is if you aren't?" Which is actually a good question. I'm not going to lie. She says, "I am looking to see if Don Wells is on probation. I was told he was, but I can't find proof. I know he bonded out of jail instead of just being released." Wait, bonded out of jail? But I can't find out why this is either. Thank you for any help. Where's the date though on this? I don't understand what this means because he didn't bond out of jail. He stayed in jail and carried out his time. I don't think he is on probation. Actually, I thought this was the whole point, that he was going to do his time in jail. So he wouldn't be on any paper or anything. Because, yeah, at one point he was on probation, but I don't think he is now. So that's why it's important that we have a date here. Yeah, because he did bond out at one time. That's why I'm saying this could be accurate if this was something from like a year ago or something. Remember when he got that DUI when he had been on the phone with Doug all night? That was a crazy night on YouTube. Well, this message, and I'm not saying I don't believe her or anything. I just am trying to see. I don't think he's on probation. If he's on probation, that could be a problem. Because but I'm sure that he would do. No way he could be stupid enough to go live on YouTube traveling out of state if he's on probation. Surely he talked to his probation if he is on one or is on probation. Let me see if I can find anything real quick. I'm not finding anything. I'm not even finding. I guess I could look at here this site. The Hawkins County and the Tennessee court site is totally horrible. It doesn't give any information. It's hard to maneuver, or you have to go through a million different prompts trying to find what you. It's, okay. Here, I'll share this part. So I just pulled this up. May 10th, 2023. Okay, this is. Oh, I just saw Halloween of 2021. It made me think of Jim. He passed away Halloween of last year. And by the way, Jim's birthday would be in 2 days, so it's going to be pretty rough for me. So he would have been 60 in 2 days. So it's been heavy on my heart past couple days. So he pled guilty to DUI, first offense. And then it looks like it was dismissed on February 7th of 2022. Is that? What? Says the hearing from February 7th of 2022, which is the latest one, says it was dismissed. He doesn't have a balance due. I think is there something else? Now this one has a balance. Hold on. Guilty. Possession of a handgun while under the influence. It looks like it was dismissed. I don't think he's on probation. Disposed. Then he had that probation violation. That's what sent him to jail. November until February of 2022 when he got out. And he was completely free and clear on I don't think he was on paper after he got out in February. I really don't think he is. The rest have been sentenced after pleading guilty. Yeah. Are usually only dropped with the problem with evidence or witness. Yeah, if they don't have like strong enough evidence. I wanted to tell Ziggy, yeah, that's important. She went by Marlena Ann Jackson. Oh, wow. Marlena Ann Jackson. Yeah, and you know what? It's really suspicious when you come across somebody who has a bunch of aliases. Every single time that person's hiding shit. No more probation, right? That's right, because I remember him saying he was about to get a choice about like possibly going to rehab or something. But he just took the jail time because it was less. Hey, Connie. If you ever commit a crime, you would most certainly do it in Hawkins County. Gets more time than DUI. I don't know. It's kind of hurting my brain right now. What's funny is I see on different documents and websites has Jody Sue's height listed as like, average around, well, 5'8" is pretty tall, but on some sites it has her close to 6 foot tall, like 5'11". So let's see. Well, today, maybe I'll be on tomorrow morning. I almost came on early today. But there was people live all day today that I was interested in. I couldn't believe it. I haven't watched YouTube in months. Like I swear. I stayed away from the Summer Wells community completely because I didn't want to get wrapped into it. I needed a break, So I knew if you pretty much have to go all in or all out with YouTube. Like there's no like in betweeners. Like when you're a creator. Now, because especially if you are super into true crime and stuff, it is easy to hear something and be like, oh my gosh, and start researching it. Or you'll see somebody in chat that like And then it just makes you want to like your eyes absolutely roll in the behind 360 degrees because so many people are so freaking fake. I know. I wonder what is up with Brandon Lawson too. She's huge. I'm 5'8". She looks taller than me. I've been curious about Brandon Lawson too. Of course, they're on the that's all hush hush. Yeah, especially when you deal with special like a loss. That was something a first time I've ever been through something like that. So it's gonna be rough, especially like Jim's birthday was 6/3 of 63. How cool of a birthday is that? 6/3, 63. So like all his like passcodes, and I can say it now because he's not here, but all his passcodes and everything were like 6363. It's just crazy. Really? A Kenneth A. Lawson obituary. Wow. What? Hold on, I'll show it. Wow. Okay, Kenneth Lawson, 55 of Kingsport. Okay, so if he's 55 in 2023, let me see something. What would that put him? Okay, let's see. I'm going to compare it to hold on. He was 45. So the guy that was arrested that Fred Hill talked about was 45 10 years ago. So is he 55 in this article? Let me see. Oh my God, this is him. Holy shit. Oh my God, how'd he die? You've got to be kidding me. I need to look. Thanks for bringing this to my attention because he just got out of prison. And it really makes me wonder. Kind of creeps me out a little bit. Why is there so many deaths surrounding this Summer Wills case and then this? Like, there's some. I need to know what this was about. William Red Lawson is dead too, allegedly. Wells pleaded guilty to DUI charge and the state dropped the rest of his charges. William Red Lawson. When did he? So now we have Kenny Lawson, who's ended up dead. We have Rick Crawford Sr. We have the chick that tried to save that baby. What was her name? We have Taylor, Earl Taylor. Who else? There's more. Yeah, Brianna. It's blurry. Yeah, you'll have to probably change your resolution. YouTube resolution is like crappy. It puts it on the crappy. You have to sometimes manually turn up your resolution on YouTube. I have to do that constantly. Let me turn it up. I'm also watching my phone, so let me turn it up on my phone and see if it works, because mine's blurry also. Let's see. Yep, now it's clear as day on my phone. So yeah, just change the resolution on your phone by hitting the little, if you're on your phone, by hitting the little settings looking tool thing next to the CC. I don't know how to explain it. Red is his dad. He was born and raised in Kingsport and lived in the region his entire life. He worked as a roofer for Lawson's Roofing. He loved sports and spending time with his family. He was genuine and would give you the shirt off his back. Kenny is preceded in death by his father, William Red Lawson. Mother, Susan Lawson, and sister, Rena Ratliff. Left to cherish his memories, his son, Brock Lawson, his wife, Jessica, his former wife, Nika Schaefer, and son, Mickey Baum Bailey, and wife, Lori. Tia Lawson and children, Maddie Stapleton and Hunter Walden. Brothers Little Michael, George Lawson, Randy, and Marty Jones. Special mother Nona Lawson, along with many other special family members and friends that were dear to his heart and too numerous to list by name. A graveside service will be held at Grassy Creek Cemetery on Friday, April 14th, 2023 at 6:30. Okay, well, we're going to have to look more into that. And yes, it does mention red too. Yay, thank you, Sammy. Yeah, Fred's mom passed away too. Fred mom's passed away like right when I left YouTube. It was like the end of March. And I wanted to be able to help them because they really needed help, like with burial costs and stuff. And I was going to try to help them. But the thing is, like it literally happened like the day after I quit YouTube. I quit like, I believe it was like March 28th or something. And I think that I got the message from Fred's girlfriend the next day, March 29th, that she had passed away. And I really wanted to help, but I vowed to myself that I was going to stay away from YouTube. I was trying to, I don't like being one to like, be like, oh, just kidding. I meant what I said when I said it, but you know, people change their mind, I guess. There was a man that died June 15th. He had a red truck. Apparently, he had let someone borrow his truck. I wish I could remember his name. Man that died June 15th. Oh, is it the one that he died June 15th? Was he kind of young? Fred's dad died after Summer was reported missing. Also, William Good's daughter, what was her name? Did Fred's dad die like right around June 15th? Yeah, there's so many more people that have died, and I'm just trying to think of who else. July 15th. It's really, I don't know. Does anybody else find it strange? Like, could there be something to it? Like, all these mysterious deaths. We had that mysterious death of Fred Hill's friend, Jason Arnold. That's all hush hush around that area too. There's this, I don't know. Is it normal? Like, I don't, what's their statistics like per capita or whatever comparison to other places that are similar? I don't know. It just does seem like there is a lot of deaths surrounding this case, and I don't know if that's normal or not. I mean, a lot can happen in 2 years, but Leslie, yeah, Allie's friend. Oh, and I mean, there's going to be more that we'll think of here in a few minutes, I'm sure, but it's a lot of deaths. Jose, good one. How could we forget Jose? That was one of the weirdest ones. What the hell? Like, and there's still question from many people if that actually even happened, or was that, or oh, there's lots of questions about that. Yeah, we mentioned Brianna. No, I don't know how he passed away. It's like, I'm going to have to ask what I mean, Justin was told. I think Justin believes that I don't want to misquote. I don't know. Mary Sexton. That's right. Mary Sexton was the one that passed. Yeah, Ricky Crawford passed away. And he would have been a great witness. And I believe, in my opinion, that Ricky Crawford Sr. would have been a very important person to talk to in the Summer Wallace case. Just my opinion. And he just so happened to be friends with Don Wells too. Close enough with Don Wells that Don Wells supposedly would come to him crying about, sacrificing Summer. How do we know that he verified Jose's death? Like, do we know that they're family? Did we talk to him personally? Like, did everybody see it with their own eyes? Or are we going by what a creator told us that was told to them? You know what I mean? There can be a creator that's really, really honest, but sometimes like we have to keep doubt in our mind if we don't see it with our own two eyes. You know what I mean? You have to have a little bit of a healthy amount of skepticism. But I guess it matters how much but I don't believe we've ever seen any type of proof, like an obituary, or I don't remember ever seeing any. If I was family and wanted to hide a death, I would say he was gone too. It is. See, the problem is, so we can't just go by what somebody says. There's the problem. There's still going to be always people like that say, oh, even if they say, oh, I've seen the death certificate, I've seen it, it's still going to always leave that doubt, because it makes you wonder, did, he seemed like he had some kind of, was going through some kind of depression. And it makes you wonder if the depression had to do with Summer. And I'm sorry, like, people might find it like hard to think of it like that. I don't mean to piss people off, but we have to look at things from all angles. Yeah, he seemed like a very nice guy, but even nice people do really bad things sometimes, like when they're hooked on drugs or whatever. And it's very likely that he could have felt bad. I mean, that's a lot of burden to carry if you were in a position to save Summer and you saw things that, and then Summer now is missing. For the average person, that would be a hard weight to carry. If you have like a conscience or a... Yeah, but I do understand why people are sensitive when it comes to it, because he seemed like such a nice guy. I'd hate to think that. He really seemed like normal compared to like, but like, everybody has skeletons in their closet and some are worse than others, and unfortunately sometimes, things can happen in a split second. A good person can do something really bad like that, just being careless, being on drugs, doing too much drugs one night. Who knows? Certain drugs mixed together have certain effects. It's not an excuse, but it's better than somebody doing something like that or doing something bad to a child and then having zero feelings, or somebody witnessing a child being mistreated. And I think like it's when you get into the drug culture and stuff, and when you hang out with people that are similar to you, and those people are also on drugs usually, and if they're hanging out at your house and stuff, they're also partying with you. They're probably sitting there drinking every day and partying. And groups, when you get the more people together, it's like this like crowd, like what's it called? Crowd think or whatever. Group think. And then you're using drugs, and so certain things become, I don't know, standards get lowered. I don't know. And then a normal person who, has some skeletons in their closet, were able to handle them maybe when they were under the influence or using, maybe, I don't know, maybe they're sobered up and they can't deal with it or something. I don't know. Sure wish we would figure out what happened though. And I know some people know, like, and it's not just one, it's several. I watched Chris McDonough in Lab, and I think that I think I agree with him that, I don't know, it does seem like things might be. What do we think about what that man brought up last night about Dawn and Candace taking off to Arkansas? Do we think anything of that, or is it just like, I mean, and also what about the rumor that Mary said. I took a screenshot of it. Shit. Let me find that. Right here. I knew I had something else to show you guys. So Mary said this tonight and in the Labs Live with Chris McDonough, and she said, Josh, they have already lost the kids. Donnie told my dad last week that they gave up their parental rights the last time they went to court. So what do you think? I mean, you have to take all variables into consideration. Like, is it normal? I don't know. Maybe they're taken off because there's no kids there, and that's, it's just going to be a constant reminder. I don't know. Yeah, so Kenneth Lawson passed. We just found out Kenny Lawson just passed away, which is very freaking weird because I was always like wondering if Jody Sue was scared of some of these people getting out of prison soon. And, especially Kenny Lawson, and come to find out he freaking kicked the bucket within the last month. At 55 years old, when he just got out of prison for a crime that he was set up by Jody Sue, allegedly. So now he's suddenly deceased. One of the 32 arrested in that big drug bust back in 2013. And then also, we have to look into his dad too, because then we see from the obituary his dad passed away too. But, that might just be old age because this guy that just Kenny is 55. Jody Sue's brother died. Yeah, that's another one. Don's dad does have dementia too, so that is Don's dad does have dementia, so that is another thing to kind of take. Let's see, what is this? Who's this? I don't know. I'm not going to say. I don't know if this person wants to be identified, so I'm not going to say, but I'm trying to figure out what it's about. This is Morrison Cemetery. Death June 11th, 2021. Timothy Alec Morrison, 63, of Kingsport, passed away Friday, June 11th, 2021. He was preceded by his parents, Carson and Helen Morrison, infant sister Frankie Kay, sister Teresa Morrison. Left to cherish his memory as his son, Dustin Morrison, sisters Linda Wayne wrote in, Pam, Larry Lawson, special friend Jack Dingus, Charlie Wright of Kentucky, caregiver Jeremiah Molinex, several nieces and nephews. Visitation will be held at the Trinity Memorial Center Thursday, June 17th from 4 to 5. The funeral will follow. Pastor Rick Mabe will be officiating. A gravesite service will be held Friday, June 18th 2 p.m. pallbearers will be Terry Crawford, Josh Woods, Wayne Frazier, Jack Frost, Jeremiah Molinex, and right. I'm confused. What am I missing? Dang it. Let me look in the comments because I'm missing something here. You're absolutely right on the Kenneth Lawson's death. They say his brother died during his prison stay. I'm telling you, the night that Don got angry and was yelling about everybody in CPS the day they lost their rights, probably. Blue Soul Cup spoke on him. Tim. He mentioned this guy? Dang, I forget what he said about him. He passed before Summer went missing. I'm going to need to go get more pop. Hold on. Oh, the person, they said that the chat was talking about a person that had died on June 15th. This was the actual date of death when he was buried. The conspiracy theory was that Summer was buried under his coffin or in it. Oh, I've never heard of this guy, I don't think. I mean, maybe I have. Obviously did not make a impression on me. The only person that I know about that passed away near or on Summer's on the day she went missing would be Earl Taylor. And freaking D Presents is the one that let that cat out of the bag and got me freaking going down that wormhole or whatever you want to call it. She had mentioned this person that was, found deceased, just a day after Summer went missing. And I started looking at names tied to that Earl Taylor, and I'm like, what the hell? That's Ricky, I saw the ties to the Crawfords and stuff like that. And then, yeah, I think that it's very important, Earl Taylor's passing, but that's just my opinion. I think it ties in to all this. Something's going on, and I need to freaking talk to that guy that was on yesterday. Yeah, Blue Soul talked about Kenny. Fred's obituary died of COVID complaint. Let's see. Fred's dad, his dad's name is his dad's name was Ronald Frederick. Ronald, was it Fred Ronald, or because even though Fred Hill, his name has junior in it, he's not really a junior. Fred Hill's middle name is actually Junior, which is funny. But his dad's name isn't Fred. It's something. I'm pretty sure it's Ronald Hill, and then Ronald's dad is Ben Hill. Donna's ex-wife Pam's middle name is Anne. I never heard about this. About her being the only time I've heard about a grave site, and you remember at the very beginning, it was a big something we looked into for a long time, and it was a site of interest for a very long time with EquiSearch, which was okay to say now, and I only know this because at that time as somebody I was talking to, but anyways, Karen Goad's grave site. That was the only one I know that was for sure like a topic or a possible place that was taken seriously of where she might be. Ronald Fred Hill. Heard funeral gospel music from a nearby church. I think it is Ronald Fred Hill. Allegedly, they dug the grave a day or two before the actual burials. The double burials are mentioned. Oh. Where they, dig the hole first and then somebody knows about that hole and they put somebody in there and put some dirt over them before the coffin's lowered or something. Is that what you're talking about? I guess I could see people doing that. There was a red truck at that funeral painted black with spray paint. Yeah. He did mention a truck. You know what's so weird about that? Is that truck that Fred got off of Dawn that Fred towed down to his place? To me, I thought that truck was an old red truck, like that used to be red that was spray painted. But it was only like part of a truck. Like I need to find those pictures. Would be in my Tennessee folder. Probably. Oh, I know another person that passed away. Here's one. But this one was definitely natural. I'm guessing. I saw Grand Bun waiting for a bus when I drove by Allie's house the first time I was in Tennessee. That's right across from where Allie lives. Like, it's like catty corner. That's Allie's house. Okay, yeah, I'm doxing. Whatever. Sorry. Didn't really mean to. Um,
When I was over there, I couldn't tell which was their house. Okay, so that must be her trailer? Over.
see, it cracks me up how Don is like, he's supposed to. I mean, his profession is like working on houses and stuff. And these are the type of things he builds for his family. Like, he just like completely, he just like throws up some plywood and he's good to go. That little doll was still there. Like, I believe this was the first time I was at Tennessee. I believe it was still there the second time I was there. That's right here on Beach Creek. The yellow lines is Beach Creek Road, and then you see Ben Hill start right there at the left. Right here. Up here is Donna Candace's. We got the sun. Let's see. What else can I find? I was trying to find that truck, though. Oh, do you guys want to see? Hold on.
Come here, baby. Hey, are your eyes open?
Oh my
Are
gosh.
your eyes open? Are they full of shit or what?
You guys remember?
Yeah. They think that you. Oh no. Come here, baby. Hey, are your eyes open? Are your eyes open? Are they full of shit or what? Yeah. They think that you. Oh no.
That's Athena. Remember all the freaking drama, getting her got? Oh my gosh. I haven't looked at some of these forever.
She gonna stop?
Okay, wait, hold on.
Is she gonna stop?
I don't think that's the truck.
There's a yellow Frontier right there. You see him, babe? What? I said, do you see anybody? No. It's like a junk.
It's a blue car there, but that's not. There was the second time I went there. There was a red, a truck like that. Fred said he had towed down from Dawn's, and it was like just like part of the body of the truck. And I was trying to decide if this truck right here was it. See how that looks spray painted? I think that is the truck. I think that's the one that used to be red of Dawn's. Doesn't that look like a spray painted truck? What's everybody think? I think that that is the same truck that I saw. And I know that there's some kind of, and this was, so this is supposedly, but look right here where they fit together. I wish it would let me, it won't let me. I don't know. Not sure. I mean, he gets a lot of like anyways, the importance of that truck is that that I'm trying to see if it is the time, because when Dawn or when Fred went up to Dawn's property to grab that truck was the time that Fred and his girlfriend saw Candace pregnant, 9 months pregnant, supposedly. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what the sign said myself. If gates closed, something about if gates closed, it's just not spelled correctly. See what I mean about, like, the guy that was on the phone yesterday said, he didn't think it was right about Fred Hill not knowing how to read or write. I did not mean that. I did not mean that at all. Fred knows how to read and write. Okay, he's just not. I feel like I need to ask him. Though, but I feel like Fred's the type that had to start work like when he was very young. His first of all, Ben Hill, the person that his grandfather, let's see, committed suicide when Fred's dad was like still a teenager. And they grew up out there on that road. I just believe that in Fred's family, you just start working young, Yeah, I'm about to go anyways, but thank you guys so much to the ones that thank you to you all for being here. And to the ones that got people memberships. It helps so much. I want to be able to do this more. So I mean, I want to be able to do this like a lot like I used to, but you have to, unfortunately, YouTube's kind of not something that you can really count on. Don't come a knocking. Is that really what it said? Is that really what you think it says? I remember I read it when I was there, but I can't remember what it must have not been that like interesting to me because I don't remember. But I know I did, I was interested at the time but if it was something that was super interesting, I would have remembered it. If gates called, then phone number. Well, there was a red truck that had been spray painted when I was there one time that was only partially it was like the hood part of the truck. It didn't have like the bed of the truck, and the interior was like red, and it looked like the truck had been spray painted. And come to find out, that truck was from Don's. $50. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll talk later.
Were you on camera?